What's a man to do when he's set up and left for dead? By his own gang. In a world gone undead. Kill them all. This fall, when hell is full, bastards inherit the earth. City of rot. Patched in, snuffed out one shot. A black and white outlaw horror graphic novel. Rated X for excessive and sadistic violence, nudity, drug use, and adult language. Back it today on Indiegogo.
Borders with some awesome creators. As you just got to see that sweet kick-ass trailer for City of Rot. We're going to be talking about that and these awesome guys. So let's bring them in. We got Spencer Desmond. What's up, brother?
What is going on, man?
Being here. Oh, thanks.
Looking like a crazy person.
There he is. You're a fellow giant, I hear.
Yeah. Sasquatch brothers.
And we also have Jeff Elkins.
Tiny Jeff.
What's up, man? Good to meet you.
I'm not tiny.
He's 3 feet tall.
I am proudly
Thanks
average.
for being here, guys. I'm glad we were able to do this stream. It's okay. Not everybody can be really tall. Yeah, we got a Joseph Eppolito in the chat saying X-rated. Awesome. Yeah, I love that. I want to get right into this, guys, because this book brings back so many awesome like feelings. This is totally got that 80s feel. You know, that music is awesome. Reminds me of something John Carpenter was making. And that X rating totally reminds me of something from like 90s comics I would see. I'm a huge Simon Bisley fan. I'm a huge Lobo fan. And on those books, they would have on the Lobo books, you know, for mature readers only, or no dweebs should read this book. So I love that having that X-rated thing on there. Let's talk about the book.
Come up.
Tell me what it's about and kind of that theme you guys had going through this. Why did you choose to run with that?
Really quickly before we get into that, I knew Bisley would come up tonight. I didn't think it would be immediately, but I've been rearranging my office, and I pulled this out today to show you on stream. This is the head sketch he did for me after a weekend of just getting blasted drunk together.
That is beautiful.
We hung out all
weekend there.
Yeah, got really drunk with him at Granite Con, and he did that up in about 2 minutes for me.
Was it all brush?
Yeah. I think he used 2 different brushes, but that's where he showed me, like, he'll take a Bic lighter to a brush and just, like, burn half the brush down, so it's just a couple bristles, and he'll use that for, like, painting a beard and shit like that, and he'll do a whole issue just like that, like, all the hair in this issue is done with this one brush, and then this other brush is for all of my structure lines, and he'll just do that and then paint over it. It's insane. But he told us, he was like, you need to learn to not give a shit. Like, he's the saltiest British dude. Like, he's great to hang out with. The beliefs would make CG blush. Bisley takes absolutely no shit. And he's just a rad dude, and he's like how Todd McFarlane says, like, why can't it be cool?
That's awesome.
Like,
where was that?
Bisley's that to the max. That was the first year that was why I was all bummed out I couldn't do Granite Con this year, is he's like the special guest every year, and we party every year now. Of 2 years in a row we've done it, but this year would have been the third. Granite Con's the convention closest to Pete. So we go up with Pete Cimetti for the weekend, hang out at the Alterna booth, sell books, bounce around with Bisley all weekend. Eastman and Laird were there last year because it was like the 35 TMNT anniversary or some shit like that. So we hung out with them for a little while. Like, Eastman owns all the Voidwalker stuff that was out at the time, and he's like, was a fucking instant fan of Voidwalker, was like, this shit is kick-ass. Well, like, I walked by his table later in the day and he was just sitting there reading it in between signing books for people. And that's not a common occurrence at cons. If you've ever given books to people, they normally just like take them and toss them.
Cool.
Yeah, we ended up running into them after the shows and stuff like that. But Bisley, almost every year, we make a point of at least one night now, like going out and grabbing a drink with him for a little while, getting him sauced. We'll drop a 6-pack off at his table, just let him know we love him. He's cool as hell, though, man. Definitely buy him a drink if you ever get to meet him face to face. Even
That's
if you're not
badass,
much
man.
of a drinker, that's the time to do
Bisley's
it.
Huge deal.
Hell yeah. But yes, City of Rot.
Yeah, oh, for sure, man. Yeah, let's hear about it, man.
Yeah, so I think the little elevator pitch Jeff came up with is like the perfect little synopsis for it, but it's essentially what if Conan the Barbarian were one of the bikers in Dawn of the Dead? And that's the original Dawn of the Dead, if you're familiar with Romero's work. I had some people, when we said that in the stream the other night, were like, there's not bikers in Dawn of the Dead. And I was like, oh yeah, they remade that. Like, but yeah, it's about this guy, Hank, he's an enforcer in the Wizards of War biker gang. And before the events of the book, he's essentially fucked over in a robbery they were committing together and left as sort of the fall guy. So when the book starts off, he's in jail right as the zombie apocalypse is hitting, and his gang is taken off to a nearby city and sort of quarantined off a little area for themselves and taken it over, while they believe Hank is just, rotting in a jail cell, and the problem's going to sort itself out with dead people roaming the lands. But Hank breaks out and makes it his mission to hunt down the ranking members of his gang and make them pay for fucking him over. And it's really just a hardcore balls to the wall revenge tale.
Yeah, it's like if anybody out there watches Cartoonist Kayfabe, they talk about outlaw comics all the time, and this to me is like a true outlaw comic. It's black and white, it's brutal, ultra violence and psychedelics.
I'm drinking out of Solo cups.
Yeah, dude.
I have my
I love
McDonald's Batman
facial
cup.
expressions too in this comic.
Oh man, Jeff is killing it. Like,
classic.
The range of just expressions and scenery and stuff. And this is the very opening of the book. So it's like, I was telling Jeff I wanted to show off some of the new pages tonight. So we'll share that at some point before we close this out on your channel. Before they're even up on the campaign page. And we can reveal another character that I've been really excited about, that we sort of left out of the pitch package because I felt like it was going to give too much away. But I guess we're pulling out all the stops now because we need to get this bad boy funded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I love the the characters I like this shot right here, seeing how much bigger Hank is compared to regular people. I love that size comparison. This big, badass, brooding guy. And another thing, these interiors are awesome, black and white, but the cover it's paired with the badass 80s movie poster colors. You got like rich purples and blues on here. Really, really eye-catching. Toppled buildings in the background. It's just so cool. And, screams to me really 80s. And then on this cover, what screams 80s to me is this George Michael's dangle earring. Love it. Love that.
Dude, you gotta talk to Mateus too. That kid, he's young and ready to be doing comics, and he is brilliant. Yeah. Like he's flying under the radar, but he's a kick-ass kid and he's doing great work.
Awesome.
That too was colored by Nick Welch over at Alterna. He's the colorist on Red Koi and our colorist on Can't Kill Cade. And we had actually just gotten that piece back like a week before, and Nick was like, hey, if you have anything you need help with or you need colored for City of Rot, let me know. And I was like, you are an angel. Came to me at the perfect, which is just the best. You know how it is with the logistics of, you know, getting books done and everything and balancing a team at all times. Having someone come to you at that perfect time and like, I'm like, oh God, I don't even need to think about it now. Hell yeah, Nick. Like, it's the best.
Yeah,
that's why I love
awesome
this
when
community.
that happens. Like, yeah, before I knew about this crowdfunding and all that stuff, no problem. I have some stupid internet lag issues, so there'll probably be a delay. But I was saying before I got into doing Magic Cop, which was our first book, it was so hard to get reliable artists, colorists, and stuff to work with. And then it's like, oh, there's this sea of people online that are really cool. And a lot of the times, you know, now that I'm friends with people, you know, they'll scratch my back if I scratch theirs, kind of thing. So that portion of it really helps. And then you're just hanging out with all these badasses like you're hanging out with Simon Bisley. That's freaking amazing. I
really
wish
he were more on here. But I think he's one of those dudes where he's just like so out there. I don't think he would ever do that. Like, he genuinely doesn't give a shit what people think. He would be making his comics no matter what. So he wouldn't care to get on and promote with people, as far as I know. Like, he used to do interviews a lot, and he'll still do interviews, but like, you can tell in his interviews, like, he doesn't give a shit. And like the advice he gave me was don't care so fucking much what other people think. And then he laughed hysterically and really loud to where like the whole convention could hear him, because we were really drunk at that point, and I think like the look on my face shocked him. And like he'll bust your balls like crazy. Like that's why I think it's funny. Like when CG was on the come up and pros were like losing their shit over the milquetoast thing Zach was saying in videos, it was like, holy shit, spend 5 minutes with Bisley and your nuts are gonna be like dust. Like, he's not busting your balls, he is obliterating them. Like, and you hang with it and you grow thicker skin and you learn from the man, or you get crushed under the legend that is him. But he's a great dude, really cool. And fucking it was that the not care so fucking much, and then take care of your teeth, because when you meet Simon, he doesn't have all of his, so he'll really stress like take care of your teeth, or have a fan who's a really good dentist. But that dude is so kick-ass. Like, so, I don't have a bad thing to say about him, like, ever. He's the man. Get yourself a friend like Simon Bisley.
Just the end of stories I hear other pros say. Like when Frege was hanging out with him, Shane Davis he did some work with him, so he was hanging out with him for a while, talking to him, to Shane about that. It's awesome. Let's see, we got El Gargoyle in the chat. He says, this book looks awesome. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in.
Sir.
And King Toad Comics, also in the chat, says, don't forget to hit that like button. Beeps. Yes, thank you so much. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. We just did our 500 subscriber stream this past Monday. We did some cool giveaways. Thank you. We really appreciate it. And look out for King Toad Comics doing the Mothman Cryptid Tales this Halloween. They're dropping that Indiegogo. But we are here talking about City of Rot. This is spooky for the month as well. It has the zombies as well. Now, I was wondering, do we find out why all this is happening? And also on top of that, I also want you to talk about this kick-ass motorcycle gang, the Wizards of War. I love this logo. I love the name of the gang. This is so cool.
Yeah, that's actually done by a personal friend of mine he's a tattoo artist of 20 years. My buddy Jose Carrasquillo. He's done a ton of work on me, and he actually kind of grew up in the outlaw biker tattoo scene, and has quite a few pieces from some pretty well-known guys in that scene. And so I was like, this is as close to authentic as I can get it within reason. So I hit Jose up about doing it. Like, I have the original piece. It's buried somewhere in this office right now because I'm in the middle of moving stuff. But the original's up and available. It's like a 9x12, and it's absolutely beautiful, hand painted flash. Like, there's already a bunch of people that are talking about getting the wizard tattooed on them that are just like friends of mine who have seen it and like aren't even into comics. And they're just like, I just like that tattoo flash. Like, but yeah, I have a weird fascination with bikers, and they sort of pop up in a lot of the stuff that I do, but I wanted to do something where it was finally like the main focus of the book is this guy.
Cool.
And yeah, it's just, this is like you were saying before, it's kind of like a gumbo of all the things we love, like that 80s vibe, and just the feel of when like movies and comics were like pure entertainment, and it wasn't trying to pander to any specific audience or trying to be like anything else. It's just doing its thing and going as hard as it possibly can. And it was like, we were like early on, it was like, I want to do zombies. And I pitched it to Jeff and was like, but we need to do it in a way where it's like interesting and fun again. Like, yeah, the genre's been beaten to death, but there's still a lot you can mine from that if you use your brain. And I think a lot of times people just are like, oh, you put zombies in there eating people and it's going to go off without a hitch. Like, it's perfect. Like, the formula can't fail. And I'm like, no, like that's the issue. And it's like, we don't do a lot of character development in this book, but we build the character up enough early on to where you know what you're getting into, and then we let them loose in that sandbox, and it's a lot of fun. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like an animal just kicking ass. It's awesome.
And that's sort of like you know,
Jeff, let me know. I want to hear from you. How is it working on this? Well,
oh, it's just been super fun. I mean, every new page is my favorite new page. Every page is just kind of like, okay, what can I do to make this page crazier than the last? You know, like sometimes Spencer will give me in the script a description of the kill he wants. Sometimes it's just kind of like, okay, Hank is going to kill this person. Now you go have fun. And then it's kind of like, okay, what am I going to do to make this as crazy as possible? So it's just like a really fun, creative, brutal comic to draw.
Yeah, I think that's a great way, you know, tag teaming the story as writer and artist, you know, especially as the role of the writer, allowing your artist to make those creative decisions and have fun with it too. Because it's comics, you know, we're making them because we love them. So you guys both should be having fun while you're doing that.
Exactly. It is very much a co-creation. Sure. I couldn't imagine making comics where it's not a level playing field for everyone involved. Like I like this the most too, because it's like I almost am barely writing a script on it. Like I get to bounce ideas back and forth with Jeff, and by the time I'm ready to go to script, like it's all like in my head or down on paper just from talking to him in DMs or talking to him on streams and stuff. I'm like, we'll crack a nut I didn't even know I needed to crack, like just from talking and bouncing ideas off each other. And I'm like, oh shit, like this fits perfect with something I've been like hung on in the back end of the book. Like, and like it's like this with the other book we're working on together too. But for right now, we were like, let's focus, crack down, and do something. We thought we were being smart, doing something horror influenced and coming out with the campaign around October, but I guess with everything going on in the world, nobody really gives a shit right now. It's like every month is spooky month.
Yeah, everybody's doing that. We were trying to do that as well for Magic Op 2, but we launched the Lost Pages probably like a month later than we had planned. So we'll probably be launching Magic Op 2 maybe the end of November or December once we get everything for the Lost Pages shipped out. And that one's kind of like, I mean, the whole IP of Magic Cop is very much Halloween-y, but this story is kind of extra Halloween-y, kind of like taking place during that world's Halloween time. We got some more people. We got Metal Movies and Brewskis in the chat. Thanks for tuning in.
That's my dude.
Yeah, he's awesome. His book is awesome. Go check out Butch Cleaver. Yeah, that book is sweet. He's putting one of my not my illustrations, but we do this show on Sim's channel called Doodle and Chill, and we did a Butch Cleaver episode, and I drew this. I'm also not an artist, so bear with me. But he had me scan it in, and he's putting it in his book. So I did a little Butch Cleaver illustration. Kind of fun.
Hell yeah, dude.
That was fun.
You get that in digitally and knock out those blacks, man. That'll look nice. You get that like full black, like that goes a long way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just fun. I've always hated myself for not being able to draw when I was younger, but like doing streams and stuff and drawing other people's characters is just super fun to do. So
it's a muscle like anything else, though, man. Like you put enough downtime into it, eventually that's not going to be downtime anymore. It'll just like hobbies change into professions. Like it's like you're just a little step lower. I'm the same way. I don't think of myself as much of an artist, but I got all these dudes kicking me in the ass to make art. So you just keep on that path.
Yeah.
You weren't a writer at one point either, but here you are now.
That's true. Yeah. For sure, man. And this is just so fun making all this stuff and seeing new stuff pop up. And I know you, Spencer, are such a creative person. You're always working on multiple things at once. And I know you have awesome plans in the future with books that you want to come out with. And then this one is this your first crowdfunding campaign on, I see this account. Is this your first crowdfunding?
This would be our big step out. We did one on this account, and I back ones on another older account, sort of to keep my docs out of there. It was more so back from when there was crazy shit going on. I'm probably going to start backing stuff on here now because we've gotten questions about that. But back when people were throwing out people's addresses like crazy, I was like, I don't want to have to fucking shoot someone who shows up at my house. So I'm going to be as discreet about this as possible. But I did another one a while ago with Cade and Voidwalker, like right before we got picked up with Alterna. And it was sort of like hey, we got picked up by Alterna. Mm-hmm. You can get a preview of the first issue of Voidwalker and the first issue of Cade, and it did not fund at all. But that was like my heart wasn't in it at all, and it was just fans of my stuff were blowing us up trying to see the books before they were coming out, and it got to be so annoying and like distracting from getting work done that I was just like, I'll put this little campaign together. If you guys can fund it, I'll send you preview copies of it. And it didn't get funded, and it was dead in the water there. And I went back to work on stuff, and here we are now. But this is finally like us going off and trying to do our own thing. This would essentially be the launch of our own little imprint. I call it an imprint because we aren't going to be publishing other people's stuff immediately. I'd love to eventually, but if you know the logistics behind comics, there's a very big overhead early on and very, very minimal profit margins, to where I would just say, if you wanted the imprint name on it and you want the help of like running a campaign, once we've greased the wheels and we've figured out the model that works best for us, then maybe we'll do something like that, like how Pete does with Alterna. But it's more so just an umbrella for all the stuff outside my superhero work and everything, and sort of something that me, Kevin, and Jeff and some other guys are all building together right now. And Kayla, obviously. I don't think we would. I would at least probably not be able to function as efficiently without Kayla whipping me constantly.
Literally.
But yeah, man. I have tons of stuff I'm working on. I figured out all sorts of.
You need to have that motivation. Now, what's this? I saw way on the bottom here. I wanted to ask about this. This thing. Sorry about that. That music Didn't you have some? Because I love the music in the trailer. Now that
Yeah,
is
we
something
have a
you guys
soundtrack.
are offering.
Yeah, that's Institute 91. He's doing he did the music for the trailer, and he's also doing an album for us. So if you get any of the
That's so
tiers,
cool.
you get the album included.
Yes, the song in the trailer is actually included in the album too. It's sort of like a little grab bag of Institute's greatest hits, and then 3 new songs that he made just for our story. The opener called Patched In, and the closer called Snuffed Out, and there's one in the middle called Hunting Thompson that all sort of ties into it, and it's a nice little, I think it's about, I want to say 20 minutes altogether right now, but all the songs he compiled that he said we could use if we unlocked it was going to be upwards of like 45, 50 minutes of music. But now we're just trying to hit our goal.
That's badass.
Yeah, Institute's great.
For sure. Yeah, we did
Sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, just from the trailer, the music totally sets the tone. So sorry about the lag issues.
It's all good, man.
But yeah, we did tracks for each of our books, which we're giving away similarly MP3 form. And the guy that's doing ours, Vasto, he did like Monster MD soundtrack. He did Death Sworn, and he's like thinking about doing, just since he has all this comic work where he's making theme songs for these comics, he wants to do an album of all of those. So that might be coming soon. But yeah,
Vasto's
this is so
doing
cool. I
one for
love
us
seeing
too.
stuff like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's sick.
That's how we got linked up with both of them, actually. Vasto and Institute were doing a collaboration song, and they wanted some album art for it. So they reached out to a bunch of people, and I was the only one that responded. I was basically like, let me talk to some of the guys I work with and see if any of them are interested. And they were like, we don't really have much of a budget for it, but they were like, we like, if you want to take this idea and make it really simple. They didn't even care if it was cartoony or anything. They was like, just want this. And it was like just like a knockoff of Terminator, like guys in like a Jeep with an MG gun, like shooting at a big death worm. And I hit up Kevin about it, and me and Kevin are both huge Terminator fans. And Kevin was like, yeah, I'll draw something digitally really quick. He drew it up in like a night. I colored it in a night and lettered it all for them. And it's like up on their website and everything. The song's called Death Worm if you want to check it out. It's a Vasto and Institute collab. And a little piece of album art by me and Kevin that's pretty much up like everywhere that they posted the song. But that's how we got linked up. We basically traded on that, and Vasto was like, I'll do a song for you guys for a book free of charge for helping us out. And Institute was like, I just want to collaborate with you guys. So we started talking. Institute's like probably going to be a mainstay at the imprint. Eventually, I'd love to do something where we, the imprint has these nice premium edition one-shot versions of these horror books, and then maybe like a vinyl version of the album to go with it, or a cassette and a digital download or something to really punch up the 80s vibe that I grew up on, because I still collect a lot of analog stuff and still listen to it all and watch it all on analog. I still collect movies on, Blu-ray, DVD, VHS when I can find them. So I'm all about that kind of stuff. So I think that's going to be a mainstay, even if it's just digital to start and you get a little, digital album with the comic every time. Institute's very much like a mainstay with the team now. He's a great dude too.
He has a great name that we can't reveal.
Yeah, he wants to keep some mystery, so we're never allowed to talk or to refer to him by his actual name.
Something not everybody's doing, and something new. So cool.
It's Bjorn.
Sorry, Joe.
Oh, well, we're all lagging out, and I don't know who's going. I got these guys too. I've pulled out today. These are something that's just getting thrown in with the campaign. Every physical backer's getting a nice little genre sticker that we produce in house. Just
cool.
like Blockbuster back in the day. You can do vinyl stickers in house now. I did some stickers for Kevin this week. All sorts of stuff. Working on coffee right now. Like single serving packets of coffee that you can get with comics. All sorts of weird shit.
Spencer has all kinds of goodies.
We figured out wax packs. I'm trying to figure out pogs.
Spencer is like the modern Santa Claus.
Yeah, I just want to make shit that like I grew up on and I loved growing up, and want to like bring that back into the marketplace.
Yeah, you're very very handy in making stuff. Like I know you were working on wax packs for some campaigns for trading cards, which I would love to do in the future. I know we talked about a little bit of that. Like Spencer, you're just all in on comics and retro stuff that makes comics what it used to be and super fun, and what gathers those fans for things. So everybody, definitely, if you guys haven't checked out this book, checked out Spencer's work. He's got Voidwalker over at Alterna, which everybody loves, and also City of Rot. So if you guys love horror, if you love 80s, you love badasses bashing faces in, like this guy right here, definitely check this book out. They're packing a lot into this.
We're trying to make a comic so gory and over the top that it couldn't possibly be turned into a movie. Hell yeah, King Toad gets it. Yeah, those genre stickers. Clint was the first person who I showed those to. I was working on the wax packs for the Downcast campaign at the time, and I was doing those genre stickers at the same time. Wasn't sure if it was going to work out or not, but I told him, I was like, I can make them say sci-fi, they can say whatever fucking genre you want, I can get them in different colors and stuff, but eventually I'm just going to have that kind of stuff in stock, so if people hit me up, they can get 50 of them, whatever. That's why I wanted to do the wax packs things. Is the only other place doing it is Sidekicks Labs, and they're like minimum order is like 500 or something like that, and the pricing was insane when I first reached out to them. So it's like, I'm just going to figure out, like, can I do 25 of these if people want it, or just one of them if people want it? And I have 2 printers over here, a printer over here, a Cricut right here for die cutting stickers and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
we learned how to do temporary tattoos in house.
Oh shit, dude.
Oh,
what?
hang
on.
We
gotta talk about that. Temporary tattoos.
1 second.
Sick. Like, that was totally something for like Magic Cop. That would be fun. I wanted to show while Spencer's doing that. I don't know if he's seen these yet, but we have, because I was talking to Spencer, I've known him for a while, just through streaming, and we did the trading cards for our book, The Lost Pages. And we have so many of them. We were thinking about doing the wax packs. But time crunch stuff and budget is not going to allow for that. But I was thinking for the Lost Pages 2, we're going to offer some of these trading cards, but not for free, because on this campaign, a lot of them, or all of them, were free. For Lost Pages 2, we're going to offer these and probably do it with some wax pack as like an add-on and stuff. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. All right. Sorry about that,
Spencer.
No
problem. Let's see what he's got here.
Black Flag temporary tattoos I need to send to Dan.
Oh shit.
I made him like a batch of 30.
That's awesome.
I put one on one day. They do, like, it feels like a sticker, but it adheres to skin. It's weird as hell. And it's like slightly thicker than the temporary tattoos you would have got like at a grocery store when you were a little kid. But yeah, they work great. And then
right.
More shit while cleaning my office that made me think of you, Phil.
Oh. What's this?
This Stephen Platt Prophet poster from when Prophet came out.
Some splat.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have 2 of them. I don't know where I got them. I found them in my office while I was cleaning it up today, just like all the weird promo shit I get all the time from my old comic shop and stuff.
The Stephen Platt fairy just left them.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so like those tattoos are sick. My brother and I were thinking about like little add-on things we could do for the second Magic Cop, and I think that would be something that would be so cool. As well as some other stuff we're going to be doing. But yeah, that's what, like I was saying, Spencer is just so crafty and knows how to do stuff, and if he doesn't, he learns how to do it. So, he's an awesome buddy to have, especially
I
with
did this kind of stuff for
his-
like 10 years, so the doing it in comics now is just, it's doing it in a fun way. I'm not printing like business documents for people and shit now. Like I can also do full size comics in house. I haven't tested it out yet, but the new printer I have is big enough to be doing full size like black and white ash cans. I'll be able to do no problem soon. Me and Kevin are actually working on a short test comic just for that at the moment. So might start doing something like that where I'll offer like a bundle deal where you can get like 50 copies of a 20-page ash can and 50 stickers and some other shit for like just a flat rate, and start doing stuff like that for people. I just want to be able to make enough money to cover my costs and my labor and help out other indie guys where they don't have to pay some huge upfront unit cost on things, and they can get a little amount of stuff.
Yeah, that's the best thing about this community. Everybody helping each other. That's so good.
Oh, I think
King man. The VHS idea is really cool. I actually wanted to do that.
I'm pretty sure that's Ebon Press.
Yeah, I totally wanted to do something like that.
They're really cool dudes. Definitely reach out to them. Oh, it's all good. We're like overlapping.
Yeah. So the thing with like what we were gonna do with Magic Hop, since it's totally 80s, is how Dan wanted to do like his 3 or 4 Black Flag books and then do a book cover case, like a sleeve to put them in.
Yeah.
We wanted to do maybe something like that, but the ideal thing is try to make a case that would fit 3 or 4 Magic Cop books in it that would be like an old VHS cover, like the where you pop it open and open it up and there would be the books in there. I think that would be so cool.
Nice.
Like
we can talk, dude. Even we were looking at maybe doing for the imprint like a sort of premium mailer with an inside and outside, where a mailer is really just a nice tuck box, and that's the whole thing. You do like a tuck box where it's not actually used as a mailer. It's not going to be shipped in it. Like it'll be pristine, folded up and everything. Have a nice, thematic inside print that goes with the book, and then a nice outside print that, like you said, you can make it look like the VHS or whatever, and then the fold tuck part is the part that looks like the VHS inside the slot or whatever. You open up the fold tuck and you put your books in. And that would be like a 6.75 by like a 10.23 box interior dimensions. Like if you wanted it to be like a perfect snug fit with the books where it's almost working like a slipcase, that would be the case at least. You can also go bigger. Like that's a big thing over in Europe with the sexy albums and stuff, like the 9x12s with like a slipcase and shit like that. I like that stuff, but it drives me nuts because it doesn't fit with anything.
Yeah, we got King Toad Shane over there. He's a big horror fan.
Hell yeah!
So I think this book would be right up his alley.
Yeah, Wasteland 1989. Hell yeah, those dudes are kick ass. I think that was their first one that wasn't a like straight up licensed series either, if I remember correctly. I think that was just them like, we're doing our own Grindhouse IP finally, because they do like the Maniac books and all that. They do really like 10 years ago, if I were breaking into the industry, that's where I'd want to be working. I'd be like, yo guys, let me write for all this licensed shit. Like I know all of these movies. I would but the owner is basically the lead writer there. So like, he's not going to give up his own job. And all those dudes over there kick ass. Like they're great dudes. You can DM them on Twitter and they'll get back to you fairly quickly. Cool as hell. And they're doing lots of rad stuff. They hooked me up with some information on like the guys that printed their slipcases when they were doing it back in the day. But that stuff definitely doable, man. That's the kind of stuff I'd love to eventually be doing too, like in-house here. It's like you were saying, if I find a problem or something I want to do, and then I figure out how the hell to get it done, and try to rely on as few people as possible to get to that end result.
No, that's the way to do it, man. because sometimes no one's there to show you the ropes, so you just got to dive in. This panel, man, I love this panel so much. It reminds me of actually a Lobo cover that I'm not sure who did the cover, but the cover was for Lobo Unchained, and he's like in a prison cell, and he had killed the guard or something, and his hands are all bloody, and like you see the guy's like head on the ground, and it's like this pose, and it totally gives me those high tea vibes of that cover. So sick.
I think
I
I
just
know
remember
the one
making
you're
like
talking
a,
about.
I just
Sorry.
remember making like a giant gorilla in that, just waiting to burst out.
Yeah. No, that's so sick. That's why we don't in mainstream comics you don't see characters that are that the hulking and just exuding testosterone out of their breath. It's such a shame, but I love that we're seeing it here with stuff that you guys are putting out. It's so refreshing, and black and white. You totally get those outlaw vibes. You're totally right, Jeff. I dig it. This is so kick-ass.
Thanks, man.
The big ugly guys are always my favorites.
Yeah, same.
Super
Same,
relatable.
man. Yeah, and now if you would what would like you implore your fans of this kind of genre, which tier do you think they should be picking up on the campaign?
Honestly, I think the Jeff sketch is really rad, just because you get some of Jeff's sweet art and it's an original. They're a very limited bunch. It's the patched one right there. The sketch from me is really cool too, and I think I kind of agree with Jeff. Jeff said the Darcy's Darlings the other night on Pete's stream, and I think that's probably the best like bang for your buck, just because you get an original sketch from me and an original sketch from Jeff, and then you get the digital album from Institute 99, the premium book, because it's the regular books are perfect bound now, and then there's going to be the saddle stitched newsprint version. I think we already stated it, but I guess I could say it here if I didn't already, but you'll also get a newsprint copy with the Darcy's Darlings, but the newsprint copies were announced after that had already been backed, so I couldn't amend it now. So you'll get a copy of each version, and you get a super limited poster of the Matt Yackey and Jason Johnson Darcy piece. That's going to be all tubed up and shipped safely, and they're signed and sealed with a kiss by our
God, that's beautiful, man.
Our editor Kayla, who Darcy is based on. So she's signing them as Darcy and sealing them with a little kiss for everybody. Right in the middle of COVID
season. Hey now.
Yeah, he knocked it out of the park with that.
Jason
Johnson's amazing.
That is so killer, man. This is a great piece.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to catch Yackey at a really good time. Now,
you said
too.
You had some... Oh, yeah. It's kick-ass. I wanted to... So I wanted to talk about the new stuff you said you had to show off. If I would love to show some some new art off if you had that handy.
Share my screen real quick.
Idy Comics loves exclusives.
Hell yeah!
So, we take what we can get.
We'll see how it works out on here. I don't think I've shared Dropbox before, but I just shared it down at the bottom there for you. I went from freezing in my apartment to sweating like a pig. Sorry about that, everybody watching. Look like I'm on trial. See if that still works.
I love the page layout, man. And I really like, and I like to do this a lot too in my scripts and stuff, because I just love how it is where like the bottom panel extends past beyond the previous panels, or anywhere on the page where that happens, where you could like the backdrop bleeds, and it just makes the page one cohesive beast where those 5 first panels are living in the universe. I love that stuff.
I'm really partial to this one because Jeff put a little Voidwalker reference into Hank eating.
Do we get motorcycles in this too, Spencer?
Yeah, of course.
Motorcycles.
I mean, when I pitched it to Jeff, I
Man,
was like, we can't do a biker book without motorcycles.
And they're the hardest thing
Yeah.
to draw, of course. I was like, why did we choose motorcycles? Why didn't we just choose like a walking comic?
It's like, and they also ride horses.
I think skateboarding everywhere.
This is like my favorite page right now, just because the little Voidwalker acid tab Easter egg that Jeff threw in. The dropping Voidwalker acid because it's the end of the world and Hank just doesn't give a shit. So why not trip balls on your journey?
Dude, that silhouette on that panel.
I guess we could show that one.
Page. Yeah,
it's out there now.
Yeah,
that's great. Great use of silhouette right there.
Hell yeah. This one I think I'll be going up later this week, lettered. Then there's some, like, this is pretty much in order now. Okay, so this is what we were holding off on explaining for a while. So Hank's sort of Sherpa on his journey is a hallucination of Hunter S. Thompson.
Very cool.
Sort of guiding him along the way on his acid bender to find his old gang. And it's one of my favorite little parts of the book. And Jeff nails it perfectly. I don't know why Dropbox won't let me zoom into anything other than really far away or super close. But yeah, it's Hank tripping, coming down off the acid, considering taking another tab, and Hunter slaps it out of his hand, and then we cut to reality, and it's actually a zombie slapping him.
Yeah, I wanted Hunter to kind of be like an apostle. So he's got, like the sash and the robes and stuff, but he's still wearing that like Hawaiian shirt over top of it.
That's awesome, dude. That's such like a kind of like 80s trope too, where you have this famous figure as a hallucinating icon that is talking to him, like True Romance with Elvis. I really dig that.
Exactly.
I like that trope. Really cool.
And then some sweet zombie,
yeah, these
zombie
great,
and
guys.
biker gang work from Jeff. Just the intro to Darcy here too is great.
Darcy.
You don't really man, this zoom on Dropbox, I gotta email those guys and be like, you guys, 4% and 50% is a weird range.
Nothing in between.
Yeah. But yeah, man, Jeff is absolutely killing it. There's a lot more, but I don't know what territory I'm treading into right now. Let's see.
Yeah, no problem. No spoilers. No spoilers. No, this is great, guys. I love what I'm seeing.
Hell yeah, we'll end on a little super violence and some pee-stained underwear.
Yeah, this was the page that I had started on one of our streams. We had Ryan on. I think it was like the first or second stream we did together.
That's me without my wig on at the bottom.
No.
This beard and hair, it's all alpaca fur. That'd be horrible.
Well, hell yeah. Thanks for showing us that.
Hell yeah, man.
Kick ass, guys. Just tuning in. Please check out City of Rot. There's 13 days left, and they still have some ways to go to get their funding goal, so they can bring you this sick ass comic. They're doing a lot of cool stuff with theme songs, and teaming up with Institute 91, and killing it, putting some music to their book, and they have beautiful colored covers. As well as, if you guys are a fan of Outlaw Comics, these guys are bringing them back. Lots of blood, lots of action, and yeah, I'm digging it, man. I can't wait to see what you guys do in the future as well. Are you going to continue with this? Is this going to be an ongoing story? I know you were talking about doing kind of like one-shot horror stories. Is this what that's falling into, or is there going to be another City of Rot?
We're already getting asked a lot of questions about a follow-up to it, so like I'm never gonna say no. Like it's not like it's outside the possibility or the realm of possibility. We definitely joked about it early on. I told Jeff, I was like, there's definitely some crazy places we could take it, and we definitely plant some seeds that could grow into more story. But for right now, this one very much has a beginning, middle, and end, so you won't feel ripped off reading it. If there is a little tacked on the end, it's just enough to keep you hopeful that more will come back. But we have a lot of stuff in store. I wouldn't say a follow up to City of Rot is off the table, because I feel like we quickly fell in love with these characters. It's a lot of fun to play around in this world, and with 48 pages, you can only do so much. So it wouldn't be unreasonable to say we could come back to it, but we're keeping our options open because we wanna do a lot. At least that's how I feel.
I say no, never.
Oh, for sure.
I quit.
No, yeah, it's a really fun sandbox, and we've got really cool characters and so many different directions we could take it. We're not going to push anything. If we come up with a really cool story, I absolutely want to do it. So we'll see how it goes.
Phil, Michael Green too. That's who our cop's based on. The cop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the cop that saves Hank and tosses him the keys in that page back there is Mike Green. Right there,
this guy right here. Oh yeah, cool. That's so cool. Nice. Yeah, hell, Michael Green. He's a badass. This panel I wanted to highlight, just because it is freaking sick, man. The depth of this panel, the shock. Like if this was a scene in a 3D movie, that shotgun would be coming out of off the screen and all of that brain matter. So this is awesome, dude. Great job.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm just trying to wow people to buy the book,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, everybody
on this book.
Sweet, guys. Well, anything else you want to say about it? Let anybody know anything you missed or anything?
Check it out. Back it. I'm going to be amending a bunch of stuff on the campaign this week, not with perks or anything like that. So feel free to back whatever you want. None of that will really be changing. We might be adding some other stuff. I figured out all this stuff in-house this week that is super cost effective. So expect if you back it, you'll probably be getting some stickers and stuff in your box too. Now that we can produce stuff like that in-house, I'll be throwing some extra goodies in for sure with people. For anybody who backs for a physical bundle. If I got to ship something to you, I'm shipping you something worthwhile. And I'll be amending things, figuring out. That's the number one question. Number one question we got was if it was going to be in color. So I'm looking at the logistics of potentially coloring it in the long run. So still trying to figure that out if I have the time to do that in between full-time work and all of my other comic work. So if we can work that out financially and everything and not drive back the production time on the campaign so much, the book might end up being colored in the long run. But we will see. For now, it's in the state it's in, and we hope you'll back it and come on the ride with us.
Yeah, and I would just say that this is a horror comic, first and foremost, but even if you're not a horror fan, this still scratches a lot of itches. We got action in there, we got comedy, it's irreverent, it gets weird. With the Hunter S. Thompson stuff, it's just a little taste of that. We threw in a lot of fun stuff into this. So if you're a fan of just comics, this is just a pure comic book fun.
A little bit of weird black humor that I feel like I'm not sure I ever gets picked up on or not. I'm either hilarious or a serial killer to people. Yeah. I don't know.
That's the best. I love it. So if you're a fan of this stuff, and if you're just a fan of action and big badasses, definitely pick it up, because that's the reason I'm going to grab it. It's because that big badass right there. He's so kick-ass. If you guys don't mind, before I close this out, I had a little update about my book, The Lost Pages, and then we'll head out of here.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sweet. So guys, we had some big news today. I got an email that the proof copy of our bonus comic is on its way. We sent that in last week, and the bonus comic is fully done. It's 45 pages of short stories for all the characters in the Lost Pages. If you guys haven't picked that up, definitely do so. And we're so close to shipping. We're printing the books this month. We're going to just proofread through that bonus comic and then have that printed along with the main book, which is 60 pages. So if you guys pick up the bonus comic in any of our tiers, there's a specific tier for that one, which comes with the signed book and the bonus comic, which is $50. You'll get 2 awesome books that will just explore this beautiful universe of heroes here that we've created. As well as, we did a lot of talking about Simon Bisley. There's 4 Bisley signed packs left. The man, the myth himself, the Biz, will be signing those books. He'll be signing 25 of them, and you guys could still get your hands on 1 or 4 if you want to buy all of them. That comes with both of the books. It comes with that main book signed by Bisley, as you can see his beautiful cover right here that he did for us. And it comes with this cover as a fold-out poster, as well as some hero stickers that were designed by 6 AM Comics. So definitely get on that. And then we also showed off this really sick panel from the Wild Card story drawn by Joe Ball. He gets that crazy detail. You see this one of these pirates.
Hell yeah.
Basically turned into a decrepit skeleton from swimming towards these beautiful sirens that were calling him on the beach. So that's kind of like our horror story. So if you guys are into horror, pick up City of Rot and pick up the Lost Pages, man. Guys, thanks for coming on today. I know my connection's been really shitty. I'm sorry. I don't know why.
It's all good, man.
I'll have to look into that. But it was great talking with you guys.
Yeah, thank you for having us on. And I'll have to get you on over on our little channel.
Where could people find you online?
I'm at Rooster_Puncher on Twitter. That's the easiest place to find me, or just Rooster Puncher on YouTube. If you want to watch me and Jeff get down on nonsense and all the other guys, Kevin's going to be on a lot more, the artist on Can't Kill Cade. We're working on a little Halloween comic right now. So if you want to kind of see the unorganized behind the scenes peek at how we do our thing, pop over to our channel anytime. We're going to have a bunch of guests lined up soon. We're going to kind of do like a movie roundtable where we watch shitty movies and have a guest on. You have a little bit of homework where you have to watch the shitty movie, and then we get on, we talk about the triumphs and failures of storytelling in the movie and how you can sort of reverse engineer knowledge from these films to use in comic book, the comic book medium. But would definitely love to have you on for that at some point too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, man.
We got King Toad. He just backed.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, King Toad. You're awesome.
Gonna refresh here and see.
Oh,
God, my internet's so shitty. It's taking forever to refresh the page. But I'm pretty sure you have 91 backers now, or 92 backers now.
Itself. 92, 62%. Nice. Hot damn! Oh my god, the day just got a little less stressful. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, so hopefully, a lot of my viewers come after the fact, like they'll do rewatches. So if you guys are rewatching this, definitely check out the book. Leave a comment below too if you're on the rewatch. That helps the channel as well. Hit that like button, subscribe, and follow these guys where they are everywhere for sure.
Hell yeah.
And we will. Thanks for coming on again, guys. And we'll catch you guys later with another stream. We do these weekly, and definitely check out our videos. Follow us. We have links in the description to actually the City of Rot page, the campaign page, our Lost Pages campaign, and our Etsy store. You can get merch of our t-shirts from our books and other CG books from our friends. And then our Gumroad store has Magic Cop prints. After Lost Pages ships, we're going to be putting prints from that book up as well. So thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys